encounter in our day-to-day lives so many episodes where there are so many alterations going within our mind, deep down from the conscious levels to the deeper levels of our consciousness, in our subconscious levels, when we go deep down, whenever we don't even realize, and unconsciously, involuntarily, we do so many things, so many actions, leave alone the thoughts that prevail in our minds, so many significant and insignificant thoughts that come and go out of our minds, that we don't even realize that this is something that we even think of, or this is something that came to our minds and then went away on its own. From every detail which is significant to us and the most insignificant ones, the secrets hidden deep down in our deep consciousness levels, in the layers of the earth, a particle hidden in the rocks, what is unknown to us, what we cannot see and observe and find, that is all visible to that supreme power. Nothing at all is hidden from him. Whatever we do, whatever we think, for that matter, whatever we miss out on thinking or giving it a thought, even those actions that we think of doing and we miss out on doing, those are all known to that supreme power, because everything inside of us is being controlled by him, is under his monitoring. But then comes, why do we do the deeds that if he can control, he can stop us, isn't it? If he is in full control, he can stop us from doing certain actions. But for that, he has given us the awareness and the consciousness levels that is much more within us. It is he who is running the show. But if we think we are the one who is in control of everything, then that is nothing but the ego within us, which actually makes us think this way. If we look at the science in detail, there are so many sounds, there are so many uncountable sounds that the universe is producing at each moment. He can hear every distinct sound separately. With clear distinction, he can hear every sound that is produced in this universe. With this, we can get an idea that how exactly it works. We think it's we, and we think there is nobody who is watching, there is nobody who is judging. Do we even realize there are so many acts committed together in this universe by all his creation? From the animals hunting for food, from men doing his day-to-day actions, from the plants sowing and vegetation of food, and everything that is happening within this universe, the planets, the stars, the sun and the moon are the signs of his creation that has been assigned a particular role, a particular course of action systematically. Don't we see the alterations that takes place within the day and the night, the merging of the night with the day with the night, with particular time assigned to them, the particular role assigned to them. And these all have a particular time limit. Nothing in this universe, the universe in itself, the creation in itself is not everlasting. This all has a particular lifespan that is best known to that creator, that supreme sovereign power who is running the show. There is somebody, that is him, that is actually running the show, and his power is sovereign in nature. He is one power that is ruling the whole universe, and it is his kingdom we all are living in. So his kingdom, his rules. If we decide, any human, not the animals but the human, because we are blessed with certain kind of awareness and consciousness levels, so for that matter, anything we decide not to do and anything we decide to do, any human who is with the evil and who is not with the good, and who does the actions that he knows very well is evil, will for sure face afflictions and hardships in this world itself here. I'm not talking about the hell and the heaven and the life hereafter and whatever we have to face in the other world. Whether anybody believes in it or doesn't believe in it, for sure every man believes in this world, in this material world we are living in, because this is something that we are seeing with our own eyes, isn't it? So there is nobody, I suppose, who is going to deny the existence that we are seeing here on this earth, on this planet right now, which is happening around us. In this material world, if man wants to reap happiness and doesn't want to face hardships, then he has to watch his actions. Watch your thoughts, watch your actions, observe what you're actually thinking, and whether your aura that is actually controlling you and your actions, that aura is cleansed or not, it's detoxed or not. By cleansing, I mean cleansing it out of that satanic power, the evil power that is there in this planet to misguide us, to make us astray, to make us do all the evil things, to actually distract us, and to fill in negative thoughts within us, to fill in our minds jealousy and trigger the wrong kind of emotions within us. And the positivity there in the universe, it is in store with us. The Almighty, the Creator, has not left human being unweaponed or without any weapon. He has given us the instruments, the weapons. By putting those weapons in use, we can actually walk on the path that will take us to abundance and prosperity. If we actually observe each and every moment of ours, whatever action we do that is guided by the thoughts that come into our minds, then we will actually realize the very fact that the minutest of the details, the tiniest of the particles, and anything and everything from the deep laid, hidden, uncovered things, that is all known to Him, that supreme power, that Creator who has created each and every particle inside of us, the smallest of the cells that we have inside of us, leave alone the thoughts that are coming in our minds. So yes, this is exactly how it works. And on the day of accountability, there will be that time when He will show us the exact recording of each and every action that we have committed, and each and every thought that has actually come into our minds and gone out of our minds. The things that we have done and the things that we haven't done. The animals have different kind of that alertness, that sixth sense within them. You know, they can smell, their ability to actually recognize something happening or some person coming from a distant. They can hear, they can sense. Their power of sensing is much more higher than that of we human beings. Similarly, the consciousness within us, the ability to think and judge what is right and what is wrong, differentiate, the ability to differentiate between the evil and the good is there within us. But do we put it into practice and not, that is just something that depends on us. And that is exactly what the Almighty sees, that supreme power keeps an eye on us, that how we are actually obeying Him and behaving in this kingdom that is His kingdom and that is His universe, which is created by Him. And those weapons are nothing but the cleansed aura, the positive energy, the holy books, the holiness around, the good books, the good thoughts, the good notes. The goodness is our weapon. So what we have to do is put the cleansing thing into practice. We need to keep on cleansing ourselves, cleanse our thoughts, cleanse your mind, and keep ourselves away from negativity. In everything, in every act you do, there are two forces that are involved, the positivity and the negativity, the evil power and the goodness. Both get into action. Now both gets activated depending on which gets dormant. Both are actually on the dormant side. When we are in nothingness, suppose you are in still moment, okay, you are in the still moment, you are meditating, you are not doing any action, nishkriyata, okay, not doing any kriya. So suppose you are not doing any action, that is also an action in itself. By not doing anything, you are doing a very big act, that is of not doing, that is nishkriyata, not performing any kriya. Not performing any action is also performing a particular action. In that stage, the good and the evil both are dormant, and as you go down the deeper levels of your consciousness, okay, you go down deep within yourselves, you dwell within yourselves, what happens is the goodness, the positivity gets activated, it gets sakriya. Alright, and the Sakaratmak Urja, that is the positive energy, that gets activated within you, and your aura begins to get cleansed. Even when you go for crystal healing therapies, when you meditate on the crystals that have the Mother Earth's powers, those powers and those healing properties of the Mother Earth, you transmit the energy within yourselves, and it washes away the negative energy, the satanic, the evil energies within you. It washes away and your aura gets cleansed. So any kind of spiritual practice you take up, or put a spiritual thing into practice in order to, with the intention of cleansing yourselves, remember, the evil power is weakest and most dormant, lying most dormant in that particular moment, because it is weakening. You are doing the act of weakening it. It's not being able to get an access inside of you, because our aim is to block Satan, block evil, whatever name you want to call it, just block it. Just block that negative energy and have more and more positivity within you, because that will make you work, that will push you to that right direction and walk in the path that will lead you to righteousness and prosperity. Righteousness and prosperity are no two different things. They are two sides of the coins. We all know a fact for sure. In this world, it is His kingdom and it is His rules. The law of the universe, the universal law, doesn't leave you at any point of time. The universal law is what? It is actually His eyes. Is actually the sight, representing the Almighty sight that is watching on us all the time. The karma, or whatever you call it, the actions, the consequences, the outcome of the action is nothing but the sight of that supreme sovereign power which has created us and which is watching upon us. He is watching everything that we do, or for that matter we don't do. He is watching, and He is the all knower of everything that we think and the things that we miss out on thinking. Everything that is subtle and everything that is evident. There is nothing that is hidden from Him. Let's look at His signs and let us actually think of how this science, we are the best way to meditate. One of the best way of meditating on that supreme sovereign power is looking at His signs. Meditating on the signs, on the solar system, on the planets, on the sun, the moon, the stars are His most evident signs that we see. He has gifted it to us for our benefit. He has assigned the role to the sun, the moon, the planets for our benefits, in order to, for our convenience, in order to make us healthy and nourish us with everything, with the system that is, they're all systematically, as we are assigned with certain roles in our lives, they are assigned to in a particular course of action, and systematically. Don't we see the design that has taken place so systematically? Whenever there is hot, the atmosphere is full of heat, the rainwater comes from the sky, the rainwater is released from the sky for us. The bounteous vegetations that takes place in abundance and in so much for all of us, for all the creations. The plants have their roles, the animals have their set of roles, the human beings have their set of roles, just like the sun, moon, stars, planet. So we all are equal, and we all have to perform the duties that is expected out of us, and we go against nature. No, it's not sensible at all. If you decide to go against nature, for example, you're supposed to eat food when you're hungry, and if you decide to not eat food and go for continuous fasting and stop eating food for a very, very long time, what are you doing to your body and your mind? I am here not talking about Hatha Yoga, that is for a specific time. If you go for a fasting period, that's different. But suppose you don't have any intention of fasting also, you just stop eating, okay? You're supposed to eat food and you're not eating food when your stomach is asking for it, when it's releasing certain kind of acidic juices that needs food. Okay, when you're not giving food to those digestive juices, what are you doing to your cells? If you go against nature, okay, suppose your body is expected to perform certain activities to digest the food, you have to do physical activity, and you keep sleeping all day and there is no physical activity that you perform, then what is going to happen? What will happen to your body? Because this is not, we have designed it in this way. That creator who has designed us, who has created us, it's his design, isn't it? So if we don't follow and reciprocate to his design, then what will happen? We will go for huge loss in the similar manner. This particular example applies to everything, every creation of his and everything that's happening on this earth. If a person goes for continuous evil actions and think he will reap prosperity and abundance from the universe, no, he's heading for hardships. Maybe there is temporary success you see, maybe there is temporary benefit you see, but you don't know there are so many hardships and tears lying ahead of you. Avoid that. Stop yourselves from leading yourself to destruction. Let us lead us not into temptation is the holy prayer. We have grown up being in the missionary school. We used to keep praying, lead us not into temptation. Oh our Lord, lead us not into temptation. Lead us not into temptation. What does it mean? This is a test we all are subjected to. Like I mentioned in the very beginning, if he is the controller of action, of all actions, which for sure he is, if he is the all-knower of everything, everything within us is in his control, why does he not stop us from doing anything wrong or any evil action or any wrong deed? He knows it's wrong. He knows that we are heading for hardships by doing that. Then he can just stop us from doing. Of course he can stop us. Which is why we pray, lead us not into temptation. This is the karma yoga. He is expecting us to be karma yogi by performing our action. We cannot leave everything to him and not perform our actions. But here is the test. Here is the test. We know the good and the evil. He has given us the weapons. He has given us the holy verses. He has given us the books of the enlightened people, of enlightened disciples of that creator, who in so many ways have told us this is right and this is wrong, but we deny to see and we want to feel that we are the control of everything, and we fail the test. If you fail the test, then you have to go for hardships. If you commit any wrong action, then you cannot reap prosperity out of the wrong action.